Ever looked at something huge, like a skyscraper or a rocket launch, and just thought, how in the world did they pull that off? It's not just about having a bunch of smart people in a room. The secret sauce, the invisible force that makes it all happen, is management. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that is. Let's dive in.
I mean, think about it. Whether it's a new app that totally changes your day or a massive global company, none of that happens by chance. There's this hidden operating system running in the background, making everything click. And that system, that's management. It's this fascinating mix of art and science that's all about one thing: getting stuff done.
Okay, so why should you even care about this? Well, it's simple. Without good management, you get total chaos. We're talking wasted money, teams running in circles, and huge opportunities just gone. Good management? That's the engine that makes everything run smoothly. It's the rudder that steers the ship through choppy waters. And it's what gives you that killer competitive edge. All right, we throw the word management around all the time, right? But what does it really mean? Let's strip it all back and get to the core definition. So here's the textbook definition. It's the process of getting things done through resources. Okay, sounds simple enough, but the real magic is in those last two words: effectively and efficiently. Now, a lot of people think they mean the same thing, but in the world of management, oh man, they are worlds apart. And knowing the difference is absolutely crucial. Okay, let's break this down because this is so important. Being effective means doing the right thing. It's about achieving the goal. You said you'd finish the project and you finished it. Goal met. Effective. But being efficient is about doing things the right way. Did you finish that project with the least amount of waste, the least time, money, and effort? See the difference? A great manager nails both, because you can totally be effective but blow the whole budget, right? Or you could be super efficient at doing the completely wrong task. The sweet spot is that perfect balance of both. The legendary Peter Drucker, kind of the godfather of modern management, had this brilliant way of putting it. He called management a multi-purpose organ. I love that. It's not just one thing. It's like the heart, lungs, and brain of an organization all rolled into one. It has to manage the business, the big picture stuff. It has to manage the managers themselves. And of course, it has to manage the actual work and the people doing it, all at the same time. And no matter where you find it, management always has these four key traits. First, it's always goal-oriented. You're trying to get somewhere specific. Second, it's universal. Doesn't matter if you're running a tech startup, a hospital, or a food truck, the principles are the same. Third, it's a non-stop process. It's not a one-and-done thing. And finally, it's intangible. You can't touch it, but you can definitely feel it when it's working well, and you can really feel it when it's not. Okay, so that's the what. We've defined it. Now for the fun part. What does a manager actually do all day? Let's pop the hood and look at the manager's core toolkit. And here it is. This little diagram is basically the secret recipe. You see these 5 functions: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. The key thing to see here is that it's a circle. It's a continuous loop. It's not a checklist where you do one and you're done. Nope. These things are constantly flowing into each other, day in and day out. Let's take a quick road trip through this cycle. It all starts with planning. That's deciding where you're going, right? Setting the destination. Next is organizing. That's building the car for the trip and packing the bags. Then comes staffing. You got to get the right people in the car with you. After that, directing. This is actually driving, leading the way and keeping everyone motivated. And finally, controlling. This is you looking at the map, checking your progress, and making little adjustments as you go. This cycle, this is the very engine of management. So we've got the what and the how. Now let's talk about the who, because not all managers are created equal. They work at different levels, and their jobs can look totally different. You've probably seen this before, the management pyramid. It's a really simple way to picture the whole thing. Down at the bottom, the foundation, you have your first-line managers. In the middle section, you've got the middle managers. And way up at the pointy top, you have the top-level managers, the ones steering the entire ship. And the biggest difference between them is their point of view. Think of it like this. Top managers are in a helicopter, looking at the entire landscape, thinking years ahead. Middle managers are on a hill, translating that big picture view into actual plans for their specific department. And first-line managers, they're on the ground, in the trenches, focused on what needs to happen today to make it all work. All right, so we've got these neat little boxes, functions, levels. It all seems so orderly. But let's be real, a manager's actual day is anything but orderly. It's messy. A researcher named Henry Mintzberg nailed it when he said managers are constantly switching hats, playing a bunch of different roles all the time.
So, what does a manager's day actually look like? It's definitely not just sitting behind a desk staring at spreadsheets. It's a whirlwind, a constant juggling act. And Mintzberg cleverly sorted all this chaos into three main categories of hats. First up, you have the interpersonal hats. This is all about people skills. Sometimes you're the figurehead, the symbolic head of the team. Then you're the leader, the coach who motivates everyone. And you're also the liaison, building bridges and networks with other teams and people. Next, we have the informational hats. Think of the manager as the team's information hub. They're a monitor, always scanning for useful info. They're a disseminator, passing that crucial info down to the team. And they're a spokesperson, telling the rest of the world what the team is up to. And last but not least, the decisional hats. This is where the rubber meets the road. They're the entrepreneur, sparking new ideas. They're the disturbance handler, aka the firefighter. They're the resource allocator, deciding who gets what. And they're the negotiator, going to bat for their team. Seriously, a manager could wear all 10 of these hats before lunch. So after all this, the functions, the levels, the 10 different hats, it leads us to this classic, age-old question. Is management a science or is it an art? You can make a great case for both, right? On the science side, you've got principles, frameworks, data, stuff you can learn in a classroom. But then there's the art of it. That's all about personal skill, intuition, creativity, that gut feeling you get. That's stuff you can only learn by doing. So which one is it? Well, the answer is, it's both. It's not an either-or question. The absolute best managers are the ones who learn the science. They know the rules, they know the frameworks, but then they apply it all with the touch of an artist, adapting and improvising based on the people and the situation right in front of them. And that's really the big takeaway here. Management isn't just a boring job title for the boss. It is a powerful, powerful tool. It's the tool that turns a messy pile of chaos into a coordinated masterpiece. It's what turns a brilliant idea into a reality. So, the tool is right there. The only question is, what are you going to build with it?